And it's time for the next matchup in the first round of the Ultimate Supermarket Lager Championship. And before we go any further, let's just have a little look at the table. So this is the second quarter of the table, and we can see that the second round spots are filling up nicely, and the latest one to fill up was filled up by the Westmorlander Lakes Lager, which beat the Veltins Pilsner in the first round. So what can we say? So there we have some. We have a couple of UK brewed lagers in the second round there, and let's have a see what is going to fill up these last two spots in this second quarter. So this next spot will be filled by one of these two beers. It's either going to be the ABK Helles, which is available in booths. It's 5.0% ABV, and it's one of those amazing booths Helleses that they've got so many of in at the moment, and I say it's brewed in Germany, it's imported into the UK, and it says it's a premium lager beer. It's a Helles beer, and it's 5% ABV, 500ml bottle. And then this one, which almost wasn't going to be in any championship because I didn't know I could get hold of it, but this actually is in booths. It's in booths everywhere basically, and it's in packs of 12. The individual bottles aren't available anywhere, I don't think, but these little bottles in packs of 12 are available. So I thought, let's get Bitburger in there, let's give it a chance, let's see what it's like, and see if it can compete against some of these amazing lagers that they have. So there we go. So we've got the Bitburger. The Bitburger is, let's see, it's a staple. I think it's supposed to be the #1 lager, or the best-selling lager in Germany. I heard that somewhere, I know it's true. And I'm trying to find the percent on it. I think it's about 4.8, something like that. Interesting, I can't find a percentage on it. Let's have a look. I'm going to say 4.8 because I can't find it. Wow, they're really hiding the ABV on this. My God. I think it's at the bottom there. Is it at the bottom? You know what? Oh, there it is. It's at the top. Found it. 4.8%. There you go. So 4.8% ABV. This is 5% ABV. Wow, I wasted a lot of time trying to read that label then. It's Bitburger versus ABK Hell. Let's get these poured into glasses and get the taste test underway. Okay, beers poured. And let's have a little look at these two beauties. So they both look great. So they both look a little bit hazy. They're not dead clear like some of the beers have been. This one's getting a frothier head than this one. It's got a very smooth, creamy looking head. Let's not have a cheeky smell yet. I'm liking the way the head of this one looks, to tell you, compared to that one. But again, you know, what's in a head? Let's face it. So, without further ado, let's show you which one is which if you want to know. Okay, so this is which one is which. Okay, that was which one was which. Now, I'm going to start with a nose on this one. Yeah, I mean, they both look great. Nice cold, nice and frosty. Now this one's clearing a little bit, so that's looking a bit more clear. This one, I don't know, I think they are quite clear actually. I think it's just the fact that they're so cold and the stuff on the outside of the glass has made them look a little bit hazier than they are. I think they are actually both quite clear, to be honest. But anyway, I'm rabbiting. Let's get a nose on this one first of all. So that's grassy, that's lemony. It smells quite bitter, quite dry. It smells crisp. It smells refreshing. Quite citrus forward. Citrus, pine. Yeah, it smells really crisp. There's no off smells there at all. It smells amazing. It just smells really fragrant, floral, almost minty. Just crisp and clean and refreshing, and yeah, it smells great. Okay, let's have a go on the nose on this one. So that one is still quite lemony. Quite fruity, quite piney again. Got quite similar aromas really. This one's got a drier aroma. This one's a little bit sweeter. So there's a little bit more bready on the aroma. A little bit minty, that one as well. Interesting. Very interesting, actually. That's interesting. This one's a bit more syrupy. Yeah. Okay, let's start drinking them. Have a bit of a rinse out. Okay, I'm going to go for this one first. Cheers. So, we're getting beautiful arrival. Quite a bit of bitterness in that one. A little bit of rusticness in the flavour there. It's not the cleanest in the world, but that's not a bad thing. It's got quite a nice mouthfeel. A lot of flavours all moving around the mouth there. Again, getting a bit of that brown bread. A bit of digestive biscuit, but again in the background, not up front, which is good. Very smooth, yeah. A little bit of rusticness in the flavour. I wouldn't say dirtiness because it doesn't taste like it's a product of anything that's like gone off in the beer or anything. It's just something that's supposed to be there. It's probably from the malt. A little bit of citrus in the flavour there, in the background. And yeah, there's a nice little sharpness to it. It's got a lovely aftertaste, nice little biscuity aftertaste on there. Bit of breadiness in the flavour, a little bit of maltiness. And it's a perfect example, this, of how a beer can work with a bit of maltiness to it. It's very tasty, very refreshing. A little bit bubbly. I wouldn't say it's as smooth as some of the lagers that I've had, but it's not gassy or overly carbonated or anything like that. It's an interesting shout, that one. I do like that one. Okay, so nice little clean out. The one in the Budvar glass. Let's see what this one tastes like. Cheers. Okay, so sharp bitterness hitting me straight away. Again, medium carbonation on that one. That one's not that smooth. It's still a bit bubbly, like that. Similar mouthfeel on these two, really. Yeah, I mean the bitterness is really tingling and lingering, and it's staying there, and I'm getting a lovely. I'm getting that kind of lovely. I don't know what it is, the flavour, but it's some kind of note that you're getting on the end of that bitterness, which makes a pilsner a really good pilsner, or that taste from the pilsners that I like. That would make me think this is a pilsner. I'm trying to think what it is. Almost like a toffee taste on the end there. And there's a little bit of something, a little bit of maltiness in this as well. A little bit of maltiness just in the background there. Alongside like a grassiness and a pine note. And both very nice. This is going to be a hard one. Again, this is going to be a hard one. I'm trying to dissociate myself from which I think is which, because, you know, this one tastes like a Pilsner, this one doesn't. I'll say no more. But even if I think I know which is which, I don't really, you know, care which one gets through at the end of the day. It's going to really be a gut reaction as to which one I'm preferring drinking, really. Now, I prefer my beers to be a little bit more mellow than on the bitter side. But as I've said before, if it does a bitter kind of Pilsner style lager well, then I appreciate that, and that's the one that's going to sway it. This, I still think the best Pilsner. I mean, this, I might just look like a complete, someone who doesn't know what they're talking about here. The best Pilsner I remember having, and I'm not a massive Pilsner guy, but the best Pilsner I remember having was when Weihenstephaner had their Pils. I mean, Weihenstephaner Pils. You can't get it anywhere in the UK. I had it many years ago, and I was really impressed with it. I really liked the way it tasted. I really liked, I just thought it had loads of bitterness. It had this lovely flavour, but it didn't have that kind of sort of horrible kind of bitter lemon kind of bitterness that you get from some things that are trying to masquerade themselves as a Pilsner. You get this awful astringent bitterness with some of them, and you get, it's almost like a bitter lemon kind of, or really kind of sour grapefruit kind of bitterness, which is not very pleasant. This isn't. This is more of a fresh bitterness, and it is coupled with this lovely kind of almost toffee taste, which makes it smooth and a little bit creamier, which it tastes great. It tastes really good. This one, it's a very tasty lager. It does taste rather sweet compared to this one. And it's a cracker. I mean, these are both better, I would say, than any of the four lagers that come before it. So those previous two matchups, I don't think any of those four beers are as good as these two. But that's just the way a tournament goes. At the end of the day, you'll end up with the same ones being near the end anyway. But I say some will get through because they maybe have an easier draw. Possibly not. It all depends. But I say these two are both big hitters. They're both nice. I knew they would be going in. But looking at it, I'm not disappointed. Yeah, bang. That's just hitting them taste buds. That is hitting them taste buds in all the right places. And I do like a really good Pilsner. If I've got these wrong way around, then I'm going to look like a right idiot, because if I can't tell a Pilsner from a Helles, then there's something wrong. I'm going for that one's going through. That one's going through. It's just a really good Pilsner. It's really hit the mark. That is an above average Helles, I'd say. It's good. It's better than the Paulaner, if it is a Helles. It's better than the Paulaner, but this is cracking. It's really good. I really like this. Compared to the Veltins that I had yesterday, this is more bitter. It's got more the kind of flavour profile that I'll associate with a really good Pilsner. And yeah, it's good. It's a bit like the Kronbacher, but more bitter, and with more of it. Yeah, there you go. That's going through. That's not. I think that's the Bitburger. I think that's the ABK. But we'll find out. I'm going to come back in a second. Okay, let's cut to the chase then. So this was the Bitburger, and this was the ABK Hell. And yeah, it was obvious. This one's clearly a Pilsner, and a really good Pilsner at that. This one is a Helles, and a really good Helles as well. Oh yeah, that's cracking. That. This is a really good example of a Helles. I said above average Helles. It's probably even better than that above average Helles, but a Pilsner that does it really well is really good, and this is. This is a Pilsner that does it really well. That's a cracking Pilsner. This is a really good Helles. Really hard competition, really hard to choose between these two. But at the end of the day, yeah, the Bitburger, it deserves to go through because that's really good. That's a really good Pilsner. I say this is getting better the more I drink it, actually. Yeah, we'd love to reverse my decision because this is cracking. This, but they're really close. They are they're very different styles. They're not similar in the slightest, which is how I knew which was which. But they are. I'd say they're both equal quality. They're just as good as each other. It's unfortunate for the ABK that the Bitburger just tips it at this point. But that's the way it goes. So there we go. So the ABK is out. I mean, the thing is, looking at the beers so far in the championship, I think there's been two standout beers, which I think have been better than anything else I've drunk, and that's that's the Schneider, Helles, and the Augustiner Edelstoff, which I knew they'd be big hitters right from the off. Anyway, ABK I thought would be a big hitter, but this one really is a cracking Pilsner. I forgot how good it is. The Bitburger. Yeah, it's great. It's hitting all the right places. It's really good, and I think the Bitburger, yeah, is a worthy winner and is making its way into the next round, where it'll face off against either the Staropramen or the something else. I can't remember what's the other thing. Yeah, I don't even know why I said that. It's the Staropramen and something else. I can't remember what the Staropramen's against now, but I know that the Czech brewed Staropramen is in the next matchup. I cannot wait to do that. It's going to be great. But there you go. So yeah, so Bitburger is through against the ABK Helles. We've still got loads of great Helles beers in the championship. We've got the Augustiner Helles, the Ienga Helles. Cannot wait to drink them because they are absolutely astounding Helles beers. But the Bitburger, that's getting the praise for now because the Bitburger is a cracking Pilsner, and that's all I can say about it. So there we go. Bitburger through, ABK out. Nothing else to say. Till next time. Have a good one.